Minister?
Back at Mtlameza again. I'm giving you the work that we will be doing. You're bogging me down. But nonetheless, I think you will be aware that from yesterday and what we said, all is now in action. So if there are people who want to take the minister to court, if there are people who want to take the minister to, you will respond to it. You are free to speak. Yeah. So don't push papers to my mouth. So you will respond. You'll answer some of the questions. You will be aware that since from yesterday, the issue is not about what I said to the press. If there's anything wrong in terms of the law, I've said it yesterday that that matter must be addressed through the law. If people think that they've got a right to be wherever they are supposed to be in terms of the law, then the law will protect them. There's no need to argue with the minister. There are many law experts in this country I've come to know in a very short space of time. There are many. And some of them are making money out of law. They will ill-advise you and they will advise you properly. Now, from the point of view where I am, I'm not about to make money out of law. I'm here to enforce the law in the context of what permits the minister in terms of the law and what our courts have actually directed. So I'm here to enforce the law. So there's no issue about that particular matter. So if anyone thinks that they've got the right to sue, to litigate, to challenge the minister, let them approach the courts. It is absolutely acceptable. And I'm ready for that. The point I'm raising is that I'm not at war with anybody. The fact of the matter is that what belongs to the law must be retrieved. Now, in terms of the car, before I left yesterday, it was returned at the Hawks office. The car was returned, which is state property. I'm not aware that he's still having a cell phone. Whatever that is in his possession by law, by yesterday it should have been retrieved. And then the lawyer will talk to me through the law. So if there's anything that is still in his possession that belongs to the state, it is not supposed to. It is not supposed to. And I've made that clear to General Patlan yesterday. And he is next door. So he will give me a briefing as to if there are still issues. And if General Nklemeza, let me make it clear, is not going to return state property peacefully, we will retrieve it forcefully by law from him. If it means I must send the task force or the intervention unit because he's armed and dangerous, I will do that. The law permits me to do that. I can sanction that now. It's not above the law. It's not above the law. And he should actually respect that. So all the things that belong to the state must be retrieved and they must be sent back. And that must happen without any delay. I've actually been patient on this particular matter and acting in a civilized manner and respecting him. I don't know. Are you asking a question? Sorry? Okay. So we must deal with that in the context of the law, and that is basically permissible. So there is no war here. And I've explained that there is no standoff. So we must not play gimmicks, all right? If people are entitled and they feel that they've been dealt with unfairly by the minister, let them approach the courts. And then that matter will be settled there. And I'm no longer going to answer this matter any longer, except for the fact that there are issues that the lawyers, General Temeza's lawyers are very provocative, and they know how to play the law. And they are playing all of you who are actually law illiterate. And then they are tossing you up and down. You can entertain them, leave me out of that game. I'm a law expert now. I know the law, and I know what I'm acting upon. I'm the Minister of Police. I'm not blind to the law. And the law will never be fair to me if I act in an illiterate manner when it comes to the law. My responsibility is to enforce the law, among others. So that must be clear. So law illiterates and scholars and voodoo lawyers, you can entertain them. It is within their space to make money, to ill-advise people or to advise them and to fight for their clients. I'm not in that space. I'm the Minister of Police. My address is here at the police college. So if General Temeza's lawyers are looking for me, I'm here. They should have served me with papers or interdict me from yesterday. I'm here. And if he thinks that he's entitled to come to work, tell him to come now. Tell him to come there at the Hawks. He will not see me, but he will see me there in terms of the law. I'm very clear about it. So there is no problem about that particular matter. So there is no beef between us. The issue is that we must respect the law, and then let's not play gimmick to that particular point. Wiping of the data will deal with it. It's an operational matter. It's an operational matter. The police will have to deal with that because it's not supposed to do that. It's an operational matter. All cases that he was handling, they are supposed to be handled by Matakata, General Matakata, as an acting head. So nothing that belongs to him. He cannot act. And those who obey him and his orders, they are doing an illegal operation. And I'm aware about their operation, working in safe houses to undertake an operation on the Minister of Police. I'm aware of that, and I'm coming for them. This illegality that has been going on in this country must come to an end. We can't allow rogue police officers using state resources to undermine the state. We can't allow that. The Minister of Police, Mblaula, General Temeza, and all your cohorts, you must know I'm coming for you. Those illegal operations you are undertaking in safe houses, those safe houses must chase criminals and not chase law-abiding citizens. I'm not going to allow that. You must chase criminals. I want criminals behind the door. You are working 24 hours to do an illegal operation. I'm not going to allow that. The law is protecting me, and I'm going to unleash the law to ensure that I undertake the mission to deal with rogueness. Rogue elements masquerading as intelligence officers doing rogue things in this country. Will not allow that. We want all our resources to be invested in this program, not rogue elements to undertake illegal operations on innocent citizens or politicians for that matter. No, we can't allow that. We are a state, and the state must be respected. I'm aware every day and night, I'm aware of everything. It's not that I'm a fool, I'm sitting here. I'm a Minister of Police, and the police respect me. And they will report to me, and they will tell me if there are wrong things that are happening within the system. And I'm going to act. I'm going to act on that. I'm not going to allow rogueness to happen in this country willy-nilly, undeterred, and the state being undermined. We're not going to allow that. Militarization, use of force. I am very clear that we must be ruthless against armed criminals who kill police. There is no retreat. Section 49 was actually amended to ensure that police are basically protected. What I don't want is reckless acting by the police. I'm not promoting that. Police must act within the law. I don't want a case like Kulichana, innocent citizen nearly shot and killed for no reason. No, we can't allow that. Police must be ruthless against those who are armed and want to undermine the law and order of this country. And I am saying to them, if they shoot, you shoot back and shoot to kill, if that is the case. And don't allow to be killed whilst criminals are actually ruthless against you. I'm saying that the law protects you. The law protects you to fight back, to protect innocent citizens and to protect innocent police who are reinforcing the law. I buried a police officer, Sibia, Sergeant Sibia. He left his children, his wife and everybody, because when they approached criminals, the criminals opened fire on them and shot Sergeant Sibia to death. And that's what actually happened in this country, and it happens every day. This society is highly armed. There are people who've got guns who are not supposed to have guns. And that is why I'm introducing a bill that deals with firearms control, including the fact that people is easy to get a firearm and then to be armed in this society. And that is what I'm doing. I am introducing an approach that says that criminals are advanced society and the environment has developed to an extent that cybercrime has actually become dominant in the Republic. But how do we equally use technology to respond to criminality in the country? And there are many apps. You know, there is an app that you download every day. It's called Touch HD. It's a radio station or Cliff Central. I want you to download an app from your cell phones to fight criminality, so that when you enter a zone like where we are, it must tell you how many police stations you've got and what are the dangers that you are facing in the area that you are at. Use your cell phone to report criminality. That's what I'm about, and this is what I'm going to launch, working with Corporate South Africa and everybody else to ensure that we respond to these criminals. Criminals cannot rule forever, and we know them. You yourselves, you know criminals. Report them. But we know that there are rogue police officers who work with criminals are in the payroll of criminals. Gangsters are owning police officers in this republic. You give an order and then police officers put a blind eye to that particular order because they are in the payroll of criminals. Report them. It might take time, but the wheels of the law are grinding. We will find them. Don't worry. There is a new sheriff in town. We've got to undo this, but we cannot undo it unless we work together. And I'm not here to claim that we will do everything else of goodwill in this country without your support, without the people of South Africa. I need your support to fight criminality and to report criminals. And I know that there are South Africans who are reporting criminality, but they are being undermined because police are in the deep pockets of criminals. Even those, we must deal with that. We can never anymore say there is a police station in Nyanga, in Cape Town. It is a problem. And then what do we do with cops that are a problem in the police station? I've explained to the police generals They are meeting next door. There's no issue of being a general in the office. Generals must be on the ground. You must tell me what is the problem with Nyanga police station. Why are we not resolving that? Why are we building a 100 million police station in Milzenberg? When in Milzenberg people are having fun there and all of that. The people who are faced with crime, we are not extending police stations in the areas which are infested with criminality. 100 million police station in Milzenberg, and people next door are having a problem. That is not radical transformation. It is biased transformation. Radical transformation means take the resources where they are needed. That's where we must go. That is our language. We must rain on criminals and make their life unbearable. Those fleshy clothes and cars they are driving in the townships, in Vilakazi Street, we are coming for them. That wealth that is unaccounted for, we are coming for it. Not chasing innocent politicians in safe houses. We meet those criminals in Vilakazi Street who are driving Ferraris that we don't know how did they come that they own a Ferrari. A man or a woman who owns a Ferrari, it must be shown in the bank. Where and how did you buy it? Our systems in this country are so advanced. We have done a lot of work here. Give it up to those who came before us. We've got National Intelligence Center. Mblaula can't just be driving a flashy car that you see, but no muntu lo sivuka naye siwa naye same salary, he's got a big car. Kanjani? You must ask that question yourself. If you are a journalist and you find your colleague is coming to work, even if you don't know what is his salary package and is driving a Lamborghini, just say, I know how much we earn, my daughter. This is not possible. Ask those questions. We know these criminals. They are driving with, if you are a girlfriend, don't, just ask for the wealth. Hey, mtu wami muhle mari kanjani man. Hey. Ngiyabona siyaphila kumnandi. Don't just gobble up. You see, report him to the police. You see, and be careful because some of the police are in the pockets of these criminals at Vilakazi Street. And criminals are sophisticated, let me tell you. They are very sophisticated. They know how to undermine the law and to undermine the systems. But we are going to find them. Those who masquerade as businessmen, we know them where they are. And at the same time, they are owning car washes, which they cannot account for. We are coming for them. We are on their toes. We are right there. Every night they must count their blessings, because in no time we will have found them. So militarization, the question of militarization of the police in terms of the Falam Commission relate to what happened in Marikana, because this ball is supposed to be the well-armed and equipped. You know, during the World Cup, you will find police well-trained in the control of public unrest. That unit must be well-equipped. Must be well-equipped. We must spend money there, training people properly to fight, you know, unrests, illegal unrest in the country. That's what we must do. TRT must do its job. It must be on guard all the time. If they rob a bank, we must respond to them. We can't respond to bank robbers with revolvers when they come with AK-47. We must hit them with what is equal to them, because they don't come to rob the bank with a revolver. They are coming heavily armed with automatic machine guns. There's a lot of AK-47 here in this country. I don't know where does it come from. Whether it was left by us, I don't know. But there's a lot of AK-47. Everybody has got an AK-47, AK-47 ammunition and all of that. We will respond to them, and they must know we will respond to them equally. And the TRT will remain and execute its job, and they must be positioned properly. And we must be positioned properly to respond to dangerous criminals. So I'm not saying that use force recklessly. No, I'm not saying that. I am against that. I'm against that. I'm against rogueness. I'm against the use of force recklessly and against unarmed civilians. I'm against that. And professionalization and demilitarization means that. Means that the police must be respected, and I must respect the police. And one of the things I've not announced here in terms of the wellness of the police, I need to find these police proper houses. Policemen don't have problems. I must treat them properly within what is permissible in terms of the resources I've got. I need to look after police so that they themselves can reward us in terms of the results of fighting against crime. And that is why I'm going to work with them, and and let me tell you, there is a lot of good policemen in this country. Lot. The people who are dirty, they are few. It's a coterie of few people who are dirty. A lot of police officers, let me tell you, are doing a marvelous job. Are doing a great job. Yesterday, the criminals who killed Sergeant Sibia, we arrested them. 2 of them with illegal firearms. They've got lots of cases. You know, we arrested them. The criminals who did the criminality at Hyde Park and stolen a jewelry, we arrested them, 5 of them. And I was attacked on Twitter for saying that they are all from Zimbabwe. Yes, they are from Zimbabwe. Zimbabweans. There are people who come from Zimbabwe, cross the line here, they run away from military in Zimbabwe. And they come and promote criminality here in South Africa. That is the truth. Where should I tell that truth? I'm telling you now. There are Zimbabwean ex-soldiers who are in this country robbing banks, promoting criminality. They are running away from Uncle Bob there. Because in Zimbabwe, once you are a soldier for life. You can't get out of it. So to get out of it, they run to South Africa, and then they come here and rob banks. They are in the payroll of criminals. And we can't trace them. Because it's easy to trace you, because I will find you somewhere in the forensic, because I've got your fingerprints. I've got you all covered, South Africans. I've got your fingerprints. You come here, you steal, I'm going to arrest you. Very easy. But Zimbabweans, where will I find them? They enter the country illegally, and then they just come here, not promote goodwill. And don't confuse that to xenophobia. It's not xenophobia. Zimbabweans are working for us in this country. Very good Zimbabweans. They are working in our kitchen, they are everything and so on. Highly educated people. If there's anything that President Mugabe did, is to educate his people. The people who are working in your kitchens are doctors. They are more educated than you from Zimbabwe. Then there is a group of these criminals who come from the army, and they come here in this country, they rob, they terrorize, they kill. That's what they do. So we arrest them, and we've got them, and that is it. So those were the questions, Chief, I responded to.
Thank you very much.
Okay. No, I'm not aware of it, Karen. And then since you have raised it, we'll actually make a follow-up. So